Sound is a huge part of gaming. Sound can take a video game and make it much, much more. Even if you're just playing a casual game of Among Us or Fall Guys, the sound plays a huge part in immersing you in that world and getting you more engaged in that gameplay. But not all sounds contribute in a positive way to your enjoyment, and some sounds are just downright terrible to hear. Welcome to Chaos Gaming, everybody. You guys seem to enjoy the worst sounds in video games, so I bring you part 2 of the worst sounds in video games. An age-old topic. What sounds are the worst to hear? What sounds, when you hear them, you either know it's over or you know you need to run? Drop a like, guys. Make sure you've got your notifications turned on. Ring that bell. If it makes a sound, that's a good sound to hear. Ring that bell, and here we go. This month's giveaway is for your choice of a PS5 or an Xbox Series X. All you have to do to enter is drop a like, make sure you're subscribed, and leave a comment with your Twitter handle so we can get hold of you telling me which one you want. The winner is picked at the end of the month. Good luck. Oh, have you ever heard that one before? I have. The Metal Gear Solid alert. It was at this moment you knew you screwed up. Now, Metal Gear Solid is all about stealth and keeping your head down. However, the game is always sure to let you know when you screwed the pooch, because this loud alert will play accompanied by a giant red exclamation point over the head of whoever just saw you. From that point, the game becomes about working backwards so you can still somehow pull the mission off in one piece. Or, if you're like me, you just restart at the last checkpoint, because de-escalating a Metal Gear situation is a lot harder than it sounds. Now, the Metal Gear alert sound has become iconic in the world of gaming, and you probably hear it twice a week in YouTube videos. But it has a whole other level of stress added to it when you hear it in context in the game.
It's high noon.
It's high noon. That's right, in Overwatch. While this soundbite became a meme in the gaming world, it's still terrifying to hear in-game. McCree is a popular character in Overwatch as he demands a lot of precision, but he can also seriously mess up enemy composition with his high damage output. His ultimate ability is called Deadeye, in which he'll stand still for a few seconds, locking onto anybody in his line of sight, and when he pulls the trigger, everybody in front of him gets insta-killed. Now, it's an awesome thing to watch a good Deadeye player when you're not on the receiving end. If you are, it's devastating and infuriating. When you're in the middle of a big fight and you hear "It's high noon" echo through the map, you immediately start looking around to make sure you're safe. But inevitably, you're not safe, and a second later, you're sent back to the spawn room. Next up is the operator in Valorant. Yeah, Valorant has been a pretty solid success from Riot Games. It's actually growing. It's starting to become something. It seemed to blend the best elements of Counter-Strike and Overwatch, and I think it did it rather well. Like CSGO, you earn money in each round, and then at the start of a new round, you use that money on weapons and gear. However, since the game came out, the operator has been the most terrifying thing to go up against. This bolt-action sniper is the most expensive gun in the game, but if you hit somebody above the waist with it, it's lights out. It's also the loudest gun in the game, with each shot echoing throughout the map and installing panic in the enemy as they know they have to reevaluate their plan, because a single shot from the operator could mean a dead teammate. And you may say the operator is just the same as the one from Counter-Strike, but I say this: pretty much everything in Valorant is from Counter-Strike. Let's stick with snipers. Snipers in Warzone. Now, the sniper meta has been up and down throughout Warzone's lifespan, but it's always a present threat. It's a common sight for somebody to grab a sniper from their loadout drop, find a vacant rooftop, sit up there as long as possible, taking tags at other people. Now, you may think it's a lame strategy, but every Warzone has the same oh crap feeling when they hear the crack of a sniper shot in the distance and hear the bullet land right by their feet, especially in HDR. A headshot from a sniper rifle will drop you from any distance, meaning they're always a viable threat. When you hear that sniper shot, you have two options: either hit the deck or return fire while praying, or start randomly sliding and jumping while praying as well. Next up is Mr. X's footsteps in Resident Evil 2, the remake. Now, the RE2 remake was perfect. It was an excellent update to the original. Tense, scary, it stuck to the roots. Most of the encounters in RE2 were with regular zombies. But every once in a while, you would get barged in on by Mr. X, the giant indestructible beast that does his best to ruin your day as often as possible. You always know when Mr. X is coming because you're starting to hear his thundering footsteps down the hall from you, and you know that is your cue to run, hide, or prepare for some kind of diversion. Don't take him head on. Few games can make footsteps as scary as they are in the Resident Evil 2 remake. At number 2, the orchestra in Among Us. Now, Among Us has taken the world by storm. It's simple, it's addicting, it's accessible. I mean, it's one of the most played games in the world with over 3.8 million active users in September alone. But if you played Among Us for any length of time, you are probably very familiar with that orchestra cue that plays when you get caught by the imposter. When the imposter kills you, you get this big orchestra rumbling for a split second before the death animation plays, and we all have the same reaction when it plays. We hear it, we think, no, not again, and then there's a split second of denial where you think, no, it's not actually happening to me, and then you see your buddy snap your neck from behind, and it did happen to you. So either you throw your controller, you say some few choice words, you turn off the computer, I don't know. Few musical cues are as instantly infuriating as the one in Among Us, and it definitely deserves a spot on today's list. But what's the worst in this part 2 update of the worst sounds? It's not the clickers, we did that in part 1. It's not the nuke from Modern Warfare 2, we did that as well. How about the blue shell in Mario Kart? This game is all about driving fast, drifting around turns, screaming at your friends when they hit you with a blue shell. Yep, send you straight to the back of the pack. For those that somehow are out of the loop, the blue shell is an item in Mario Kart that spawns pretty rarely, but it's a homing projectile that will zip out, smash the person in first place, plowing through anybody in its path. The blue shell is one of the most BS items in any video game, and because of how fast Mario Kart matches can change, getting hit by one of these can literally send you from first place all the way back to 7th or 8th in an instant, and it's RNG. The sound of the blue shell is one of the most terrifying things to hear in a Nintendo game. If you're in first and you hear the blue shell, all you can do is slam the brakes and hope the person in second moves ahead of you and that they take the hit, which isn't guaranteed anyway. It's just the best strategy you can do, I guess. It's kind of like going prone when you hear a Claymore or whatever, or Bouncing Betty about to go off in Call of Duty. Otherwise, you better bite the pillow because it's going to be rough, you're going to be upset, and you're probably going to lose a friendship for at least that night because that's what Mario Kart does. This family-friendly Nintendo game ruins friendships. And there you have it, my friends. Those are the worst sounds in video games, part 2. If you guys would like us to continue in the future, do a part 3, there's plenty of sounds that we could go over. But these sounds, these are special. These make you tremble in fear. These make you rage out with frustration. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. On the screen now are some more videos. One of them is probably a playlist. One of them is the most recent video. Click on it, and I'll see you guys over there.